And wow, pretty amazing views. Now, if you look right over here, this whole ridge line, that is what we did last night. You know, the whole thing, starting all the way over, doing the whole thing. Yeah, we were up the very last knob that you see before it starts coming down. That is where we were when the sun set. And so we came down in the dark, found a nice spot to set up. I'm gonna give you guys a nice 360. There's an old tower foundation up here. And then in a second, coming into view behind the mountains behind me is Mount Washington and the Presidentials. Just absolutely amazing. Now I will say, I am in a pretty significant amount of pain today. Yesterday there were some times I was worried the trip was going to end. We've got a couple of big days here, and we'll see how this knee holds up. I've got it, as I showed before, I've got it taped with some KT tape. It's starting to peel down here at the bottom, but I've got this brace on here. But every step, every push off of it hurts. I don't know if I'm doing more damage to it or not, but I'm going to continue on. There were two things I really wanted to do and see while I was out here. The two pieces of this entire trip that really were the ones man, they were like bucket list type items. And that was up here on Franconia Ridge, which was incredible. And I didn't get to tape or record nearly as much as I wanted to up there, just because the wind was howling. We were tight on time, the knee was killing me, and we just needed to get over. We didn't want to be stuck up there after dark. And then the second one is right over here, the Presidentials with Mount Washington and all the other big names up there. But we'll do what we can do. We'll see what the knee lets us do. I've got, we've got 5 more days. Today's day 5. We've got 10 days out here, and just do what I can do. That's all there is to it. Not too bad. How you doing, man? I mean, it hurts. I'm not gonna lie. This is quite a descent, quite a pounding, huh? Whew. And it just keeps going. That's where we're going. This pounding on the knees, though, just coming down is it's painful. So we just stopped for lunch at the Galehead Hut, and that was nice. It was nice to stop and grab something to eat. It is a beautiful day out here today, and met some thru hikers, talked with them a little bit, and just had a little bit of soup. So heading on. I've got a long climb coming up ahead of me, and then some ridge walking. So hopefully it's not too bad. 3/4 of a mile and 1,000 feet from the hut, and we're at the top of another summit. Just under 5,000 feet on this one. The best part of this one, right over here, that's the Presidential. The big peak, that's Washington. That's the direction we're going. Got a lot between us in that, but that's where we're headed. And back behind me, this way, that's what we came over. The little one over here, well, little. The other big one is the one we went over this morning. And just waiting for Sherpa Man to get up here, and we'll continue on. But wanted to show you guys this amazing view. Hey guys, we're just up here, back up in one of the fragile alpine zones, up really above tree line. You see a cool trail behind us that goes to one of the shelters. We're just kind of walking along. We're both paying the price today for what we did yesterday, which was a pretty big mile day. getting to camp super late and not eating dinner when we got there. It was cold, it was windy, we were tired, it was late, and so neither one of us took the time to cook our dinner. We just kind of snacked on a few things and went to bed, hung our bear bag. Took us forever to find a spot to hang our bear bag. So we're a little bit drained, even though we've stopped and gotten some food and had some soup at the hut. It's just kind of been a slow day. My knee is really freaking bothering me today. And so it's been slow. We've done about 7.5 miles today so far, but it's been slow. It's been really painful, slow, and we're moving though. We're moving. We're keeping pushing. Don't know how far we're gonna make it today. The bodies will tell us when it's time to stop. All right, guys, we're gonna keep pushing on. Hey guys, we're coming down out of a pretty dry area where we've been up above, you know, up in the upper area, the alpine zone, and it's been arid, dry. Haven't seen much water, but now we're starting to get back down into water. Here's a cool shot. Got this waterfall right here in front of us. We'll slide up that way. Got a cool little cascade right there. Oh, the first trail we've seen in, what, 5 days?
Yeah.
That's flat and has good tread without rocks everywhere. I mean, almost every mile we've walked has been on boulders. There was one stretch right before we got to 93 that was a pretty good tread coming down, but most of it has been so rocky. This is this is a relief. This is really nice. Pretty awesome section right here. It's you know, there's some boulder fields back below that look a lot like this, but then we've got those cliffs up above, and then over on this side we have the valley down below. Walking down this trail right here, and I've got the moon up above. It's pretty awesome, gotta say. Hey guys, so we made it to camp. We got in about 15 miles today, and I am ready to do some dinner. So tonight, what I'm doing for dinner is a little bit different. I've done the Packy Gourmet on every other one of the nights that we've been out here. Tonight, I'm doing a new, so Wild Zora bought Paleo Meals to Go, and they've changed the formula a little bit and changed the packaging. And so I'm doing the Caldera Chicken Curry, and I'm gonna let you guys know what I think of this, see how their changes went. I know that in the past they've been a little bit bland. I do have some seasoning just in case that's still the case, but they said that they've made some adjustments. So I'm gonna get dinner going. I'll let you guys know what I think. So it was a long day, and like I had mentioned earlier, my knee has really been bothering me. I actually just passed a thru hiker that has done several other trails, several other long trails. Her name's Rampage, and she was giving me some tips for taping my knee, because I've got the KT tape here on the outside, but she was actually giving me some tips for another piece of tape to go on there to really make it a little bit better and support it the way that it needs to be supported. So I'm going to give that a try tomorrow, see how that works out. Tomorrow we're going to see how it goes. Right now the plan is just to push ahead with what we've already got planned. We are about 1.5 to 2 miles short of where we were going to camp tonight. It's a kind of spiral because we were short yesterday, we're short again today. but it was a shorter day tomorrow, so it'll be actually a shorter day than what we had today to get to where we're going. And that's gonna set us up for Saturday, going up and hitting the presidentials. I'm hoping the knee behaves, calms down a little bit. We'll see. Hey guys, just getting ready to go to bed. I know it's light out, but really want to get an early start tomorrow, jump on the day, see how the legs are feeling, how I'm doing. That knee wasn't great today. Towards the end of the day, it actually felt better than it did most of the day. There were some periods where I really didn't like the way it felt. We'll see. So tomorrow's gonna kind of be the deciding factor on whether or not I think I can do the presidentials. That area is known for some of the worst weather in the world. It's supposed to be completely clear on Saturday, with weather moving in for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And actually for like 10 days straight, thunderstorms each day. So we have really one shot at it. And if I need a day to let my leg heal, well, it's not gonna be any good. So that's that. And so we'll see how it feels in the morning and how things are going. Right now I'm laying in a new hammock that I'm testing out. This is the Sierra Madre Ninox, and so pretty soon I'll show you guys this hammock and show you what it's all about, the features and all of that. I have a prototype version of it that I'm testing, so everything's not going to be exactly the same. And I brought some other gear out with me this time that I want to make sure that we talk about after I get back. So there's some pieces of gear that a lot of people are using that I want to give you my feedback on, let you know what I think. As for dinner tonight, the caldera curry chicken or whatever it was spicy. Like, it had a whole lot more flavor than the last time I ate it, but it was pretty spicy, but not bad. So might stay in rotation, might not, just because of the spiciness. I mean, for me, for tonight, it's a pretty low calorie meal, and I needed something pretty calorie dense, so I had to eat a lot outside of that, but it kind of filled me up quite a bit. So we'll see, kind of the pluses and minuses of it. Anyway guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. Got a long day, not as long as today as far as miles go. Still over a 10-mile day here in the Whites, which even some of the thru hikers that we have met, that, you know, they're 1,800 plus miles into their journey north, and whereas they were doing 25-30 mile days just a month ago, now that they're up here, they've cut that down to 10, 15, and that's what we've been doing. And I think that's why my knee is having a little bit of issues, is because we've been putting in some pretty good miles. But that's what we needed to do to try and get in everything we were wanting to do. But one of those things I really wanted to knock out, we did last night, and it was awesome. It was absolutely amazing. We saw one person the entire time we were up on the ridge. He was coming down Lafayette right as we were going up it. Other than that, we had the ridge to ourselves. It was kind of cool coming down after the sunset. There was a glow on the horizon that we could see through the trees as we were going down into the ridge, as we descended back down under tree line. So it was really cool. Alright guys, well, I am going to call it a night. Try and get some sleep. I didn't sleep well last night. Get up early and get this thing done. Like 11.5 miles and a 3.5 mile climb out of Crawford Notch. So that's going to be a climb. See you guys. Chilly, brisk morning. Temperature currently is about 47 degrees. It was a little bit cooler than that when we got out of the hammocks. I had a great night's sleep last night. We went to bed like 8:30. I think by 9 I was out, and I did not wake up once during the night. Got up this morning, 5:20, had to pee really bad. So got up, did that, got a couple cups of coffee, some breakfast, and now we're on the trail. 6:30, so it was a slower morning in camp, but it was chilly, so neither one of us were moving all that fast. Knees bothering me pretty good right now, but I'm hoping that it loosens up a little bit here. Ibuprofen kicks in, and the day looks bright. How you doing back there, man?
Doing good, doing good.
What's been your best part of this so far?
Franconia, probably.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome up there. Franconia Ridge was...
Yesterday was long.
Yesterday
kind of
was
an
long.
uneventful day, I thought.
Yeah, there weren't a whole lot of highlights yesterday, I'll say.
But it was just so arid. It was just long.
Agreed. All right, we're off down the trail. So today is kind of our approach day into the presidentials. So we're setting ourselves up for an early morning to start heading up Mount Washington tomorrow. And after coming down into Crawford Notch, we've got like a 3.5 mile climb back up to the ridge. So that's what I'm on right now. And as if the climb isn't going to be tough enough by itself, I decided to make things a little bit more challenging. What I did was I went off trail. Not on purpose. Believe me, not on purpose. So I got to a point where it was rocky and I thought I saw a path, and I started heading straight up the hill. And I went for about a 1/4 mile, and I was like, there is no way thru hikers are doing this. There's no way hundreds and thousands of people have gone up this trail. Pretty sure I was on a game trail for like mountain goats. So I pulled out gut hook, saw where I was in relation to the trail, and thought, well, I could traverse and try and hit the trail where it comes up to the level I've already achieved. But I was like, I don't know what's between me and the trail. I know what's below me where I came from, so that's where I'm gonna go. So I headed back down, back to the trail. Now I'm back at it. Whew, it's gonna be a long climb. Let me get back to it. Hey guys, so I just came out onto this ridge here. Still got a long ways to go up. Just midway through the climb, but I saw this and I had to come out here and just take a look. Look at this. This is pretty spectacular. Big drop down. All these mountains you see out here are ones we've climbed. If I spin you around, you've got this one here right behind me. That's the next one I've got to go up. And then there's probably another one after that, and maybe a third one after that. Then I've got some ridge walking to get to where I'm going tonight, and that should be on the initial shoulder for Mount Washington. So today's the approach for it. I've got, I don't know, another 5 miles, 4.5, 5 miles to go for today. Sherpa man pushed on. I told him to go to the tent site we're going to tonight, see if he could find a hammock site. It's tough because a lot of those sites, they have these wooden tent platforms, and so people with non-freestanding tents have a lot of problems, and anyone who's got a hammock has problems trying to find a spot. You have to pay, there's a caretaker, they have to show you to where to go. So I'm gonna get back into the woods. I got quite a climb ahead of me, so back to it. That is the trail. Woo! Whoa, buddy. These trails out here in the whites are no joke. Let me just show you here. This is what I just came up. You can see we've already climbed quite a ways from down there. And this is what I still have right in front of me. And there's more to go. It's right there.
You ready? Military jets coming through. And oh, they are right there.
Yeah, below us. You're making the moves right here.
That's great.
We walked outside yesterday.
That is where we're heading. There's Mount Washington. Right on down that ridge. It's just a walk in the park from here on out. Campsite's about halfway between here and there. We got this all day long.
First unobstructed view of Washington. So we're coming down here, this ridge. We're actually staying over here at the hut and following the ridge all the way up and up that side. And then going down through, hitting all the other presidentials down through there. Good day. So, just got here. We're up at the Nauman tent site, which is where we're going to be staying for tonight. And they've got, you know, these tent platforms, which we had back when we went over Kinsman. We were at Kinsman Pond campsite. So they have these, and this place, well, I don't know about this one specifically, but these have been extremely packed lately. We heard 2 nights ago when we stealth camped, and by the way, when I'm saying stealth camp, I know a lot of people are gonna get triggered on that. I'm not talking about doing anything illegal. It's totally cool along the Appalachian Trail to find a spot and set up off trail, as long as you're in an area that allows it, which the areas we are, it does. Last night we crossed a river, went up into the woods, and found an awesome, awesome spot. But anyway, 2 nights ago when we stealth camped, we were gonna push to another campsite area, and we heard there were 50 tents there. That some of these platforms, they were putting 3 and 4 sets of guests together, which was extremely uncomfortable for some people. And I don't want that to happen. So right now we can't find the caretaker, so we haven't set up yet. We're just kind of hanging out and wait until we find the caretaker to make sure it's cool to set up hammocks and do everything like that. The only other option we have is there's a spring 1.5 miles up the trail. There's no report, there's no notes on it. Gut Hook does a really good job of leaving notes. People can put in notes, and usually if there's stealth sites at somewhere that's been marked on there, like a spring, it would say there's a stealth site good for 2, 3, 4, whatever, however many tents. That's not the case. There's no markings like that in the book, and so I don't know whether or not there's any stealth sites there. And beyond that, it is all above tree line for the next 12 miles to the other side of the presidentials. So we came over a couple presidential names already, and we got a lot to go. We've got 15 miles over the big ones tomorrow. Got the first good look at it earlier today. It was pretty awesome. Knee actually felt really good. We had a couple of miles of pretty flat terrain to begin with, and then we went over one mountain, and then I had a section where it was really, really rocky climb, 3.5 miles. And the first 2 miles I was in a ton of pain, but then it got a whole lot better. And so the rest of the day, it's been good. Hopefully that holds out for tomorrow. So I changed into some camp clothes. I'm here in that Sierra Madre 9-ox. Pretty comfortable little hammock. We aren't set up in the absolute best configuration, but it'll work. So I'm here. Got Sherpa Man over here. And so this is kind of our setup. As you can see right here, we had a bit of a gear explosion here on the tent platform. We've got all kinds of stuff going on, charging stuff, cleaning stuff, just hanging out. Got the hut right over that way, about what, 300 yards?
Yeah, maybe a tenth of a mile.
Tenth of a mile or so. just around the corner. So they've got soup and some baked goods and lemonade and coffee in there. But I'm carrying so much food. I carried way too much food. So I need to eat my own food and not eat someone else's food. And maybe give food away. I don't know.
Leave a hiker box.
We've got a lot of climbing tomorrow. And the lighter I could go, the better. The knee felt great 90% of the day. There was a small segment there towards the bottom of that climb that I was not liking life at all. And then right before I got here, just the constant pounding and pushing it 2 miles an hour, which doesn't sound like much, but when you're hurt and you're on this terrain, the whites will kick your butt. So 2 miles an hour, it was starting to throb a little bit by the time we got here, but now I'm doing good. So how are you doing?
Doing good.
What did you do to your foot?
Oh, I smashed it down on a rock. Now it hurts pretty bad.
How are your knees today?
Left knee felt good until about a mile ago, and then it started throbbing. I feel the same knee as my foot, so I figured because I started nursing my foot.
Yep,
you know,
that happens.
Took some ibuprofen, take this 0 time, and we'll be good for tomorrow.
All right, we're gonna relax. Hey guys, so it's cooling off. We're changing into something a little bit warmer. I've got this Paca vest on from Paca Performance Gear, and it has been awesome. Been using it around camp every single night. Used it underneath my my down puffy the other night when it was really cold. So we had said it got down to like 40, 42, something like that the other night. When we got up to the hut, it actually said that it had gotten down to 37, 38, so a little bit cooler. Now, I showed you guys just a little while ago where we were set up. Well, we came into the tent area. The caretaker wasn't around, and so we set up where it was open. We were told to take it down, and so here's our new camp site. These are our digs. I've got the Ninox by Sierra Madre Research over here. And we've got Jeremy set up, Sherpa Man set up over here. Now, this area here, you know, it's a pretty small little area that we're in, and the trees are pretty tightly packed together. So it was tough to find a good spot to hang up in. But what we were told is that this area can fit 10 hammocks. I don't want to see 10 hammocks in here. I mean, we've got 2, and I think we could probably do, yeah, we could probably do 1 or 2 more and be okay. You get much more than that, and it's going to be kind of a nightmare. Also, have heard along the way that what else have we heard? These are big
hammocks.
Big hammocks,
And they've never seen insulation underneath them.
Right. So I don't know who they've seen hanging, but they're cold.
Especially up here.